This home is destroyed, and when firefighters got here, it was consumed in flames. So their biggest priority at the time was that the fire was threatening the apartment that's right next door, as well as other homes. Several firefighters are on scene. I'll step out so you can take a look. And just a few minutes ago, I saw flames still coming from the top of the house. The new changes don't mean that your landscape has to look like a desert. There are plenty of other colorful and vibrant options that use less water than turf. Without water, these crops are dying, but the ground at least may soon be repurposed, finding new opportunities in the solar industry.
We're at 500 feet with Fresno police. You can see the glass all around. If a laser were to hit, it would light up the interior and make for a very dangerous situation.
Right now, you're getting a live look of the march coming through. More than 100 people marching through downtown Fresno. Evan, well, I'm standing in an empty dirt lot that is completely flooded, and if I move farther in, the water reaches my calf midway, and I know because I walked in it a little bit earlier. Now, the pit bull has a large infestation of ticks in its ears, and staff here are still trying to remove those ticks. We do want to warn viewers that some of the images you're about to see could be considered disturbing. The details of this animal abuse case are disturbing. Just look, ticks infest the inside of this dog's ear.
It was severely infested, and that is something that it's horrible to see in an animal.
This pit bull is now recovering. Officers rescued it from an abandoned home Monday, going off tips from social media and concerned neighbors.
If you're going to have an animal, you take care of it like if it's your baby, or don't get an animal, period.
Police say the dog was left uncared for, alone and tethered to a short metal chain.
Couldn't move much at all. A clear abuse situation, had serious ticks in his ears and on his body. No food, no water.
And neighbors say they rarely saw the homeowners around.
They come and go, maybe like once a month, twice a month.
Even more tragic, investigators found a second dog at the same home Wednesday, but it was too late for the German Shepherd, who died tangled in its own tether.
He was hanging on a rope, but it was a real short rope that was tangled.
And according to the SPCA, neighbors reported seeing that second dog on the property after the first one had already been removed. Now, the SPCA is asking anyone who knows the owners to contact the SPCA or Fresno police. Reporting in West Central Fresno tonight, Raquel Cervantes, CBS 47 Eyewitness News. 4-year-old Matilda is recovering from cancer. That battle has left her with no defense against other illnesses.
We protect our household as much as we can. We could clean it, sanitize it, everything like that. But if your child brings it and to expose one of my child, that's going to bring it to the other child.
That's why Matilda's dad supports California's new vaccine law, requiring vaccinations for kids attending schools or daycares. Matilda's doctor calls it a victory.
Requiring it is a good idea.
Children like Matilda with no immune system can't be vaccinated. She's depending on others to be healthy. Catching an illness now could set back her recovery or worse.
Death is a significant risk.
It's one of the strictest vaccine laws in the country. Many say a battle between public health and a parent's ability to choose.
It makes me sick knowing that there's going to be a lot more children out there who are going to suffer like I did.
Candace Shoemaker says a doctor told her she became epileptic because of vaccines at 15 months old.
I'm willing to leave California, whatever I have to do to protect my daughter.
There are exceptions to the law if a child's doctor doesn't recommend it. Otherwise, the choice is be vaccinated or be homeschooled. Raquel Cervantes, CBS 47 Eyewitness News. As of Wednesday, the waterfalls are flowing once again at Yosemite National Park, and in this drought year, they are a welcomed sight after running dry for at least 5 months. Water is rushing through Yosemite Falls and hundreds of other waterfalls throughout Yosemite National Park. The last time Stanley Yarnell saw this was about 3 decades ago.
We hadn't been here for so long. I could see it then, and I can't now, but I can hear it.
He has since lost his vision, but the waterfalls are not just a sight to see. There's something to experience.
Sound of the rushing water, obviously, and the roar, but I was just saying that as we got closer, you could feel the cold air.
Many of the falls are seasonal. Usually by mid-August, water stops flowing. But this year's lack of rainfall took its toll.
It's been gone for far too long, yeah. So completely dry by the middle of July, and prior to that, it was just a trickle for several weeks.
Tourists are visiting from all over to catch a sight of the park's natural wonders. The 3-tiered waterfall named Yosemite Falls being one of them.
Standing at the foot of the giant puts things into perspective.
Tallest in North America and 5th tallest in the world, so Yosemite Falls is really quite an impressive sight to see.
They're absolutely phenomenal. I don't remember them being like this.
December at the park is typically quiet, with a chill in the air and darker skies. But many find it the right setting to take them away from the usual pace.
Right before the holiday rush, it's just a peaceful time to see all of God's wonders.
Depending on the amount of storms, the waterfalls can continue to flow and reach their peak by springtime. In Yosemite National Park, Raquel, Cervantes, KSEE 24, local news that matters.